Recently, Madam Vice President, by one of Trump's surrogates from the black faith-based community, you've been criticized by him and others for your lack of engagement to the black church. Knowing that the black church is an unrivaled place in the heart of black people, what could you speak to as it relates to a future Harris administration, how you would partner with the black church to address some of the urgent needs of the black community?
So first of all, that allegation, of course, is coming from the Trump team, because they are full of mis and disinformation, because they are trying to disconnect me from the people I have worked with and that I am from, so that they can try and have some advantage in this election, because otherwise they have nothing to run on.
I'm sorry, you from where? Didn't you grow up in Canada?
I grew up in the black church. I grew up attending 23rd Avenue Church of God in Oakland, California.
That's church.
Yes, that is church. My pastor is Amos C. Brown of Third Baptist Church in San Francisco, California.
Yes.
I have, throughout my career and as vice president and recently, been actively engaged in the church and church leaders, not only so we can share in fellowship, but so we can share in what we can do together that is about supporting the community, the strength of the community, the cohesion of the community. And it is my long-standing work, and therefore my pledge going forward, I will always work closely with the church, because I understand who our church leaders are and who the congregation is.
So he asked you how are you going to partner? Okay, well, after the word salad, okay, that she's going to continue on with, she literally said that she's not going to do anything for black people.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No. Been actively engaged in the church and church leaders, not only so we can share in fellowship, but so we can share in what we can do together that is about supporting the community, the strength of the community, the cohesion of the community. And it is my long-standing work, and therefore my pledge going forward, I will always work closely with the church, because I understand who our church leaders are and who the congregation is.
So what he asked you what you're going to do exactly. So since you can't answer that, I'm going to show you what the churches are already doing for illegal immigrants. Not you, tax-paying, hard-working person, you. That, you know, you might be struggling to pay your rent, I don't know. Barely buying groceries, I don't know. But they're actually helping immigrants get houses now. Illegals getting houses.
When they first arrived in Chicago in 2022 as new arrivals, they landed at Grace and Peace Church. This home is the first of 4 distressed West Side homes the church bought, rehabbed, and sold.
We met them at the bus, and they were so distressed, and worked through a whole process with them, and now they're stabilizing their own home. It's awesome.
With all of their savings, programs to assist first-time home buyers, and an individual taxpayer identification number, the Gomez family made their dreams come true.
Realmente ahorita estamos viendo nuestro sueño americano.
Rencana says, really now is the American dream.
Grace and Peace Church plans to sell their other rehabbed homes to other first-time homebuyers.
So I'm not knocking it. What I'm saying is, this guy just asked, what are you going to do to partner with black communities, the churches? How are you going to help churches in the communities that they serve? But I'm saying, what are you going to do for black people? You don't have an answer. You just, I went over here to church. Yeah, my down the street from Church's Chicken and all that. Man, am I trying to hear that, man? I'm just saying, it's not that I expect anything, but if you're going to do more for illegals than you do for your own citizens, tax-paying citizens, like that's messed up.
We are talking about people who are driven by faith and the ability to see what is possible. By faith, where I was raised, and I know many of us were, understanding that our God is a loving God, that our faith propels us to act in a way that is about kindness and justice and mercy, that is about lifting one another up.
How much word salad do you need, ma'am? What are you going to do? What's the concrete things that you're going to do? You have said nothing.
And let's talk about the contrast here. Donald Trump and his followers spend full time trying to suggest that the measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you beat down, which is absolutely contrary to the church I know.
Man, what are you going to do for churches and the communities that they serve? That's the question. We're not asking you about Trump. We're not asking you, for philosophical, emotional, uplifting quotes. We just want to know what's the concrete thing that you're going to do for black churches and the black communities that they serve.
He sells Bibles, though.
Where our church and my church is about saying true leadership The measure of that is based on who you lift up. And right. And then he's selling $60 Bibles or tennis shoes and trying to play people as though that makes him more understanding of the black community. Come on.
Thank you, Reverend.
Thank you for the correction.
Thank you, Reverend.
I
God is
appreciate
good.
you.
So in other words, nothing. She said nothing.